That's fair. And I have a lottery rule tweak to propose to you that I want to get your take on in a second. But you
Okay.
alluded to, Jeremy, teams being ineligible. So we should detail that because I do think there's still sometimes a little bit of confusion around this and exactly what this is, right? So there are 3 teams who are ineligible for a lottery pick this year. They cannot secure a top 6 pick. In fact, they cannot pick higher than 10th. So the Rockies, who finished 43 and 119, have the 10th pick. That's locked in no matter what. The Nationals, who also had a worse record than the Twins, they finished 66 and 96. They pick 11th. And then the Angels, who finished 72 and 90, a slightly better record than the Twins, will pick 12th. The reasons for those are slightly different. So the Rockies are a revenue receiving team, meaning that they take dollars from the richest teams in MLB, determined by kind of market size, media deals, all of that good stuff. They take dollars in from those teams. They receive payments to provide greater equity in the like financial playing field that is Major League Baseball. If you are a revenue receiving team, of which the Minnesota Twins are one, you cannot have a top 6 pick for 3 years in a row. So the Rockies had a top 6 pick in 2024. They had a top 6 pick in 2025. So they are ineligible for one in 2026. The point of confusion, I think, sometimes comes from people thinking that teams are ineligible to kind of be in the lottery at all. This only applies if you actually land a top 6 pick in 2 consecutive years for those smaller market teams. The Nationals and the Angels in a different spot, they are revenue payers, meaning they pay dollars to the smaller market teams. They cannot secure a top 6 pick in back-to-back seasons. They can only be in it once before they have to take a year off. So those are kind of the different circumstances. And for anyone tracking a home and asking, like, how does this affect the Twins if they remain bad? Assuming the Twins land a top 6 pick this year, they could also land one in 2027. If they landed one in both 26 and 27, they would be ineligible for 2028. So that's that. Deep breath pause.
Yeah, and that's, to me, that's the issue, because there's 6 teams, so that's 20% of baseball, right? Are we? And I don't have this answer because I haven't looked it up. You probably don't have this answer off the top of your head. Maybe you do. There's a difference to me between the worst team in baseball getting the 6th pick and dropping 5 spots and still being in the lottery, than the 6th team, the 6th worst team, getting the best pick
Totally.
and moving up 5 picks. So to me, if I was the king of this, it wouldn't be you're eligible because you've had 2 consecutive lottery picks. It would be you're ineligible because you've moved up twice.
Yes. Or even you're eligible because you had a top 6 pick that stayed at least in line with where your record placed you, right?
Yep, you didn't move up, so you're not being penalized.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's like just like give an example of that, because I think that's exactly the rule tweak I would propose too, right? So let's give an example to make this concrete with a Twinsy type situation. The Twins could drop 4 spots in the lottery from 2nd to 6th. That would cost them around $3 million in bonus pool money just by bad luck. And that would count as one of their years of top 6 pick eligibility. That just seems off to me, especially for the bigger market teams. And I'm not crying for like the richer teams, but we're also talking about certain levels of incompetence with some of them, like the Angels. I think that has an outsized impact on the rich, dumb teams, for want of a better way to put it. So I'm 100% in favor of your idea, and that rule tweak makes a lot of sense.
So let me ask you this. Well, actually, it's the bullet point here coming up. So move right along.